Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan, and today I'm bringing you a video that's a super important video. It's along the same lines of a video that I just recently uploaded about, like, the thing that nobody understands about joining the military, and it was about how, you know, when you join, your unit really dictates about what job you're going to be doing, not actually the job that you have. So this video is not about that, but this video is about the rights that you lose in the military. This is another super important video because a lot of people might not understand that you do lose rights when you join the military, and what rights you do lose when you join the military. So I'm gonna get into that. The first big one, the one that everybody pretty much knows, is like freedom of speech. And what it really comes down to, just to jump straight into it, is like you can't jeopardize the views that people might have upon the Air Force globally, pretty much. Like, specifically to the United States, but like you don't want to make the Air Force look bad at all. And so if I were to get on Twitter and I were to, like, you know, Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, or this and that and this and that, and somebody saw my name, they're like, okay, this guy just said that, that's not cool, I'm super offended by that, and they called my commander, they called this or that, you know, I could get in trouble for that. Anybody can get in trouble for that if you're in the military. And it's because of the UCMJ. It's not just because of that, but the UCMJ is basically a separate set of law that people in the DoD, the Department of Defense, and people in the military have to follow, along with, you know, the civilian basic laws that everybody has to follow. So they put a lot more restrictions on our lives when it comes to stuff like that. And it's something that you might not think about, because if you're a really political person and you love to get on Facebook and complain with all the other, you know, people on Facebook that complain, you know, and you go post something that's super offensive to somebody, and you do that all the time, right? You do that all the time, and they're like, I think I'm gonna join the military, and you join, you just can't do that anymore. That's just how it is. So there's a definitive lifestyle change for people who are like that, and I'm not necessarily like that at all. But there are some people that seriously just are kind of crazy with that type of stuff. Like, for example, like if I really wanted to make a video and trash a bunch of people, you know, like trash Kyle Gott and Bully Juice and all these other YouTubers and stuff like that, like I can't do that. One, they're also in the military, and that's gonna look terrible. Two, it's not professional. And when it comes down to unprofessionalism, like, you have to hold up to those professional standards that they're gonna set in place for you. And a lot of people just don't think about that. And like, for me, when I was joining, I understood that stuff. I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna have to do this, this, and this, and I can't do these things, and which was fine. I didn't really do that stuff anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But when you're in the Air Force, like when you actually join the military, and this is the same for all branches, by the way, not just the Air Force, like the UCMJ is across the board, but specifically for me when I joined the Air Force, like, once you're in, you're like, dang, now I really can't do those things. It's not like I would anyways, but now I actually cannot do those things, and there's a reason for that. So, and it also goes to the same thing as, like, it's not even just freedom of speech, you know, like, you can't hold political office when you're in the military, which doesn't, I don't know why you would anyways. Protesting is iffy. Like, let's say you go to a protest and you're being super crazy or whatever, and someone knows who you are, that's just a bad combination. And then also, not even freedom of speech anymore, it's like Fourth Amendment stuff, like searches and seizures and stuff. So like, if I was driving down the street regularly, right, a cop isn't supposed to pull me over and search my car and search me for no reason, right? That's not always the story, but when I'm driving on base and I go through the gate, they can stop me and search my car legally whenever they want to. They can do that because you're on a military installation, it's federal, like they're allowed to do that. You're in the military, they can do that. So you lose that right, and that's kind of a big right for people. Also, you don't have the right to bear arms on military bases. Like, they have barracks, or not barracks, armories and stuff like that, whatever, where you can go, you know, give your gun, you can go check it in and out and all sorts of stuff like that. But you can't open carry on a military base. You can't conceal carry on a military base. There's just certain things that you can't do. Also, another one is, like, if you live in the dorms, or I think even if you live on base in a house, but more specifically I'm talking about dorms, like, people can walk into your dorms whenever they want. Your supervisor can, your commander, the dorm managers, all those people can just, oh, you think he has this? All right, we'll go look. And then they go into your dorm, and they can go in there that was weird. They can go in there whenever they want to. And this isn't really like a big one for rights, I would say, but let's say you have a room and you're super comfy and you're alone, you love it, but they have other people and they need space, and looks like you're gonna have a roommate now. So that's not really the case a lot of the time, like where I'm at Scott and stuff like that. But you know, for some people, you might end up with a roommate. And that also is the other branches of the military. The Air Force is very, we have really good housing and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, this is just a really quick video about that. I've always wanted to make this video. I wasn't really sure how to do it, so hopefully it came off as right. I've been thinking about it for a really long time. I was like, dang man, this would be a good video. Like, you do lose a lot of rights in the military. I mean, it's not that big of a deal for me. It's not that big of a deal for most people. But for the people who are on Facebook complaining, and the people who are, you know, super political and hate her and hate him and this and that, you know, you gotta watch what you do. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and leave your ship dates down below. If you haven't subscribed already, I really don't know what you're doing with your life. Don't forget to go check out my art. That is also down below. I'm a graphic designer. I can make t-shirts designs and all sorts of stuff like that. And sometimes when I am doing those things, I stream it on Twitch. So my Twitch channel is also linked down there below. These are all the good plugs. If you have any questions about anything that is military related or Air Force related or anything that isn't about that, like what my favorite smoothie is and if I like waffles over pancakes, feel free to leave that down in the comments down below as well, because I love replying to comments. And anyways, again, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.